Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are recording on Tuesday, September 17th, and we are talking about Nassir Little because the Celtics are bringing in Nassir Little for a workout. They actually do technically have a little bit of roster flexibility now. And when I say that, I mean off-season roster flexibility because they waived Jordan Shaquille. He's no longer on the team. That was just we'll give you a little extra bonus to go back to Maine this year, I assume. Still haven't signed Jay Scrubs, so they technically have that spot open if they don't decide to bring him in or if they want to cut somebody else or send somebody else to man like Tristan or Ron Harper Jr. So they are going to be taking a look at Nas Little, who's still relatively young. He's still only, I think, 25 years old. He was in the 2019 draft class. He is 24, sorry, almost 25. Played last season with the Suns, spent his first 4 years in the league with the Portland Trailblazers. Has had some trouble with injuries in the past, and his three-point shot has been the biggest concern, relatively speaking. But
perfect fit.
6'5" forward, yeah, 6'5", small forward, power forward, a little undersized, but a big body. We'll watch some highlights, check out some other stuff, but yeah, they're bringing him in for a workout, so we'll see them and some other teams, I should say.
Before we did this video, Jack and I had a discussion about this news coming out, what it means. And we did touch upon last season. Just a reminder, guys, they did come in and have workout. TJ Warren, who did not end up on the team, but Lamar Stevens, who did end up on the team. So whether or not you actually are listening to this and think it's news, it could be breadcrumbs to some news. We also know via the NBA's transaction logs that Jordan Shaquille has been waived, or he's not going to be on that Exhibit 10 deal that we first thought he was. So there now is the spot. You said that, didn't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Bar for bar. Exactly that.
Just a reminder in case you didn't hear, Jack.
Yeah. 100%.
We want to stress the importance of that.
Of course, as you do. Nas Little is working out with the Celtics, Warriors, Heat, and Kings. For what it's worth, I think Nas Little should have a spot in the league. It was less than a year ago that he got like a multi-year contract in the NBA. I want to look here to make sure I know the terms of the contract exactly, but let me find it here. Nassir Little signs contract. He was traded in the Yusuf Nurkic deal, but he signed a 4-year, $28 million deal, $7 million season. Like he got an NBA contract because he's a solid player. And his shooting hasn't been that bad. He's a 33% shooter in the league at his best. His last year in Portland, he shot 37% from three on 3 attempts a game, 44% of the field, averaged 7 points, 2.5 rebounds. He's always been a pretty good rebounder for his size and his position. He got the most minutes in the 21-22 season. He played 26 minutes, averaged 10 and 6 on 46-33 splits. Like he's not a bad player by any means. And I always say this, and I know you usually agree. It's always easier, in my opinion, to teach shooting than defense. And Nas Little's a fine defender, just not a great 3-point shooter. Taking a look all the way back at when he was coming out of the draft, he was actually Kevin O'Connor's 9th ranked prospect in the class, above guys like Jackson Hayes, PJ Washington, Tyler Hero, Brandon Clark. Nick Claxton, some other guys like that. But his biggest things, and again, this was a long time ago, so there's a lot, but ideal body for position is basketball, switchable defender, stout defender against larger guys, good cutter, good rebounder. However, off-ball defense was a little bit of a problem, caught out of position, lacks fluidity, struggles with spot-up shooting. So basically everything you've seen since he's been in the league is still who he is. But we can watch some highlights, some scoring highlights, some defensive highlights that I found as well. And yeah, I think it's a good chance, even if it comes to nothing for the Celtics. Just I think it's a good pickup.
I think
workout, not pickup.
Well,
workout.
Even if it does become a pickup, Jack, I suppose it's harder this year to envision it with all of the different players that feel like they're, well, quite frankly, are signed to contracts, but then like even guys that would be ahead of him for that last roster spot if they want to go and do it. But like thinking about Lamar Stevens and the impact he had when he was with the Celtics, there were some times he got into games, he started at center, and he gave them a little bit of a different look in a small ball lineup. So if they really feel that they can get something like that out of a guy like Nassir Little, why not go after him? Look at that shot creation off the dribble. Who doesn't love that? But seriously, like these fringe guys, though you may feel like they're not going to amount to much, could give Missoula a whole new like toy for the sandbox, if that makes sense.
Yes, he is a freak athlete. One,
we're back. Sign him.
ugly jump shot. It's
Let's
not
see.
good looking.
Oh, I forgot.
I
about
just
these
watched him.
boards.
I just watched him hit one from the corner. It does not look very good. It is very weird. Watch the way he sticks out his wrist in front at the start. I'm trying to think of who it reminds me of. He's a good finisher, good cutter, good
Dude you play
athlete,
rec
obviously,
league
but
with or pick up with.
no, it's so slow, and he like releases it from out here. This an ad. What the heck? All right, let me
When's
skip
the last
this.
time
It
we
is
had an
gonna
ad
happen.
on our
I don't
video?
know. That's weird.
Harbor Freight getting a free ad, by the way.
I don't even know who that is. Fuck him.
Outraged.
I like it though. Oh my god, he's what the hell? He's going for free throw line dunks in the game. I think he's a good athlete. I think he's a solid defender. Obviously, we need to learn a little bit, but I think forward is probably, ironically enough, the position of which they have the least depth on the roster right now. It's really the Jays, Sam Hauser, then it kind of drops off to Jordan Walsh after that. Maybe Shireman if you classify him as a forward instead of a guard. So bringing in guys like Lonnie Walker and Nas Little, I think are good potential. Lonnie's more of a wing than a forward. In Little's more of a forward than a wing, but two guys who I don't think you see it from that angle. You see what I'm saying with the jumper from this angle. You can really capture it here.
Let's see.
It's like one-handed.
I mean, all
really
jump
doesn't
shots
use his
technically
left arm.
one-handed, but he takes his hand off the ball.
Yeah,
sooner.
very
It's probably
early.
like a built-in mechanic. When he was younger, he was not taking his hand off the ball, so they were like, emphasize this movement, will you? So you don't keep fucking pushing the ball with two hands.
He is very explosive, though. He's a good athlete.
I feel like explosive guys are good to keep on the end of the bench, not because you're looking to keep the athlete, but if you're going to put them in the game, it almost feels like there's more of an opportunity to use them in like a spark plug way. Like they are bound to make a highlight.
Yes. I was just thinking, what's his wingspan? It looks ridiculous. He's 6'5", 6'6", and has a 7'1" wingspan. So that is that tracks.
He was like 6'7". You could justify putting him at like small ball center.
Yeah. I mean, they probably still could do that, but he's like Grant Williams when his shot's off. Kind of right now. I also don't think he's as good of a defender,
who can jump over a piece of paper.
It's true. Maybe not like that. I found a 1-minute defensive compilation for him. This is old, so I take it for granted.
There are no fans in the stands.
Exactly. But this is the first thing that came up when I typed in Nasl defensive highlights. I just wanted something, man. I just wanted something we could look at.
It's important.
It looks like he stays down pretty well. I mean, he just he just shit on Tim Hardaway Jr.
For somebody to be this athletic and not necessarily be known as a defender is a red flag.
He got beat there. These are low lights too. These are him getting blown by. Repeat.
Foul. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it says at the bottom, area of improvement, isolation versus guards. Bradley Beal. Dude, the Bradley Beal fall off needs to be studied. Yeah, he got beat real bad.
How old is Bradley Beal?
Younger than you think, I bet.
32.
31. So just barely.
Yeah, he is younger than I thought. Because my first guess was like 34. And I'm like, well, he's getting old, but not really. Like if Tatum and Brown are 32, we're hoping that they're still like very strong players.
For sure. I like Nuts Little though. I like the workout. It obviously doesn't have to come to anything, but I think he's got the body to be a solid defender. I think he needs to work on positioning a little bit, but I do think he has the ability to be good on that end. The shooting's obviously not there. He's a good athlete. I think the shots has more potential than O'Shea Brissett. I think he's probably a more interesting defender overall than O'Shea Brissett. O'Shea is probably a better rebounder a little bit. But I would say they're somewhat similar players. Nozzle is a little bit more stocky. I don't know that him or Lonnie ends up on the roster. Honestly, it probably makes more sense for Nas Little to sign with the Kings or the Warriors or the Heat than the Celtics. But
yes, same with Lonnie Walker. Seriously,
Lonnie Walker. Yeah, 100%.
The CBA is really restricting the guys. And if you think about it, Nas Little's 24. Isn't Shireman 24? Or he's about to be 24?
He's about
Watson
to turn
is
24.
About to be 24. Like,
yes,
this guy's been in the league for 5 seasons and will likely be out of the league just because he joined the league early. And these other guys are just coming straight out of college. I don't know what, like, we don't need to do a whole segment on, like, what it means for the future of the league with the CBA and guys staying in college more with NIL and everything. But, like, it's something to think about.
No,
There's
for
some-
sure. Definitely. Especially, like you said, especially with the NIL deals they can get. But let us know what you guys think of Nas Little. Celtics brought him in for a workout. Don't know if he's even going to sign with the team, but at the very least, it's an interesting guy that they're bringing in to take a look at ahead of training camp to see if they want to have him for training camp. Leave a comment down below. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe, leave a like, comment. Tell us what you thought of Nassir Little's highlights. Should they sign him? Let us know. You can hit the bell. You won't miss any of our daily uploads if you do so. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. When the season is back, game recaps will also be back the morning after each game. And then other videos like this are coming at you to keep you busy in between. You can also find all pods and recaps on Spotify and Apple. So if audio platforms are more of your thing, we are there. So follow us. They'll go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very much. Email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We read all of your emails on each podcast. So if you want to send in your thoughts, we would appreciate that. hbtcpod@gmail.com. The socials for us are at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's just the name of the pod. All of our streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Those streams will be back soon. You can find Jack on Twitter at JacksOneNBA. You can find me at Sammy France NBA. That's it for us.